Hello, how you doing out there? It's Darren and Joe over at Urban Hillsides Real Estate, and one little chihuahua who keeps bothering me. So if you hear him, I apologize ahead of time. Go away, please. So anyway, this is Real Estate Reality, and that's as real as it gets, right? You got a chihuahua in your show. We're going to go through the usual, guys. We're going to go through a topic. This week, it's going to be about hyper-local real estate news. That's lifestyle, that's real estate, that's development, that's community issues. And then we're going to do also, of course, mortgage rates, big topic this week and last week. And then Darren's going to pick out some actives that he feels are noteworthy, and I'll pick out some solds that are noteworthy. But, gee, man, I think the biggest news is that it is a clear day without rain.
Certainly feels nice to get outside and feel a little warmth. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah. Took the dog for a long walk today. But, all right, well, let's go ahead and do the most favorite part of the show. Darren Hubert and Joe Cloninger are real estate agents at Avenue 8 under the Urban Hillsides brand. All opinions expressed by Darren and Joe, hold on, are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Avenue 8. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Urban Hillsides as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of Urban Hillsides team's opinions. This video is for informational purposes only. All right, here we go. Well, I guess we should talk about our open house. It's for a rental, a home for lease in Silver Lake, and it's today 4 to 6. You may have seen it in the email that we put out, but what do you want to say about it, Darren, as I scramble to go find it?
Sure. Well, we've certainly had a lot of activity. It should be a very busy, short open house for 2 hours. You know, it's in a great location, easy access to Silver Lake, off Glendale Boulevard. Reasonably priced for the neighborhood. It is only one bedroom, but it's got it really helps. It has a nice little nook that could easily be a home office. There it is right there in that photo. And it's refreshed, move-in ready. It's a detached structure. That's probably the biggest reason we're getting so much draw, with its own private yard. So it's a great spot. Someone's going to be happy there for a long time, as the previous occupant was for over 20 years. So
yeah, really nice space. It'll be a lot of fun tonight. We'll meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay, well, great. Moving away from that, let's go to Mortgage News Daily for our snapshot of what's going on. How do you want to preface that one, man?
Well, it's always about expectations in the future. This stuff is always a predictive component. I do think basically the general idea is that there was a quarter-point increase, on yesterday, on Wednesday, and that's kind of been digested. And the expectation is that it'll probably stop moving up, and I hope that does happen, because now it's the stability of the banking industry versus inflation. So those the elements. Now, the chairman, the Fed chairman Powell, indicated that they believe that Silicon Valley Bank was an anomaly in the system, but gosh, the stock market certainly isn't reacting that way. There's still a lot of pressure on bank stocks.
Right.
But if it's real, if he believes it's real, I think they'll slow or halt the rates for a little while.
Yeah.
Or the rate increases, I should say.
So here we have 30-year fixed mortgage rate as sort of our guide for now. And Mortgage News Daily, through their survey right now, is quoting 6.44%. So that is, again, a large kind of average number out there in the universe. But yeah, you can see it's gone down the last 2 days, which is nice to see. And then previously it's gone up.
Right. And the
Obviously.
majority of our business 30-year jumbo is now officially, even on this site, below 6%, 5.95.
Wow. Well, there it is. Yeah. 6.44 30-year fixed, 15-year fixed 5.93, 30-year jumbo 5.95, 5-1 arm 6.55, 30-year FHA 5.72, and 30-year VA 5.75. So it says here Thursday's rate trend. It's looking somewhat positive. So
Yeah. Again, the future
good.
predictor, if they don't think there'll be more increases, it could potentially float down. It's just so amazing for me to see that 5-1 arm. A short-term 5-year loan, you're going to pay a half point more than a 30-year loan on a jumbo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very strange. Okay. Well, there's that quick look. Let's now move on to hyperlocal news. Let me just do this real quick. Okay. So I am first going to go to, let's see, the East Side of LA, where I pulled most of this information, and make a pitch for them. I have a background in local publishing, and Jesus Sanchez at the East Sider and his staff and his team are doing a really great job, and we should all support what he's doing. Again, the small publisher, the local publisher, is really helping out the citizens here, and Jesus does that every single day. So if you can make a donation, I believe they have some donations now as far as memberships to the East Sider. Please consider it and support local news. So we will first start off with some restaurant news. Let me see if I can do this. And the lowbrow side of me was excited, Darren. Hold on. Nothing wrong with lowbrow, but I was a fan of Highland Park's Coco's. When I was over there, it was always nice because you had easy parking, right? And you knew what you were getting. And they left. But here we are, a couple months later, Denny's took over. Looks like a kind of a confusing sign there. Maybe they're just transitioning.
No,
But
no surprise. It's the perfect layout and match right there.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's not far from where you are too at times. So,
That's a block from my units that I own over
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
area.
yeah.
So I was curious what it was going to become. I would rather
Yeah.
have Coco's than Denny's.
yeah.
But there just are almost no opportunities for, I thought maybe it would become a Starbucks, but it's probably
I thought the whole thing was going to be gone. I was like, into that, man.
That was always an option.
Complete.
Yes, right.
It's a lot of land.
Become housing. Yeah, the volume of parking that these these corporate restaurants seek is just hard to find on the east side, and I think a lot of East Siders are perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
There
Well,
it
it
is.
says here, building once housed, yes, dearly departed Coco's is turning into, drumroll please, a Denny's. Yep, according to Google, the home of the Grand Slam will be opening at 6040 York Boulevard on April 17th. All right.
That's so
but
fast.
but the East Sider has not confirmed this with the company. The building once housed Bob's Big Boy and Caro's before Coco's. So Denny's seems fitting. Absolutely. Moons Over Miami was my favorite. All right. A little higher brow, but still a very common food. In Silver Lake, Pizzana is the new place on Sunset Boulevard, not far from Sunset Junction. Chef and pizza maker Danielle Uditi and partners Candace and Charles Nelson are known for their brand of Neapolitan pies. That includes Pizzana's signature Casillo e Pepe pizza, made with a slow dough crust that ferments for up to 48 hours. You can also expect vegan and gluten-free options. Uditi will also debut a special puttanesca pizza with anchovy, heirloom tomato, garlic, and other toppings that will be served only at the Silver Lake restaurant. So I think they actually got a big LA Times story on its opening, so we'll have to check that out. What else here? Oh man, there's so much. If you guys go to Yeasty Boys, the breakfast sandwich truck, Bagel Truck Yeasty Boys will collaborate with Taco Bell this Saturday, March 25th, offering breakfastified favorites from the food chain like everything bagel quesadillas and a breakfast crunch wrap. So if you like Taco Bell and Yeasty Boys, they'll come together in Silver Lake. I believe right in front of Intelligentsia is normally where they are. Or sometimes they go up to Los Feliz on Hillhurst. I forget that coffee place. So there it is. You've got some choices, and yeah, I'm hungry. But I got to tell you, man, I got high cholesterol. I got to watch myself with the cheese, and all that. So, all right. Well, next we'll move off to let's see. Oh, well, so this is still restaurant oriented, but a little bit more community driven for local business. Let me just narrow this down a bit. So Salt and Straw coming to Silver Lake. I love ice cream. Again, tiny violin, cholesterol, I'm not sure in the future. But what I really wanted to get to here is, let's see here, another sucker punch for local restaurants. In a report from the LA Times, a proposed ordinance would add red tape and expense to outdoor dining permits, which were made quick and simple during the pandemic. The paper talked to restaurant owners in East Hollywood and Los Feliz, including Tyler Wells of All Time Restaurant in Los Feliz, who said, "I can't imagine after 3 of the hardest years for restaurants worldwide to go for another sucker punch." But a city planning department official said the quick alfresco waivers had been granted through emergency orders, which have now been lifted. So I guess they were going to lift it and they were going to charge a certain amount of money to have outdoor dining there. So that's good the city pulled back. Is that what you understand, Darren? I don't know if I got that all.
I have not read that article, but I had read previous articles about the potential. I mean, look, some people have outdoor dining on the street very commonly, and I feel like there's more going in all the time. It looks kind of ramshackle. The city is, I will say the city is quite diligent about anything overhead. They're very harsh about that element of permit process.
You mean physically overhead? Overhead?
Always very engaged in that because of a safety issue. And it's adjacent to cars, and my personal belief would be they need to have a little more. They need to make sure these things are built well, because they are in some cases pretty ramshackle and already deteriorating, and that's fine. They did what they needed to do, but I don't think it will stay that loose. I think one of the other things I'll tie together with this, although it won't be too long of a conversation about it, but the push for many in the city, not all, but many in the city, to legalize street vendors. To me, that's a kick in the teeth to restaurant owners as well as property owners. How do you compete? If you're a restaurant with paying rent, employing staff, dealing with people who live in the local community, compared to a street vendor, which would hurt restaurants a lot if that really becomes an easier process. They exist, and I'm not of the belief that they should all be rounded up and put away, but it's hard. It's hard to compete with a brick and mortar if they allow that to go through.
Very much so. Yep. So we're going to move over now to real estate news. And the first thing I wanted to kick off is that if you're familiar with Bates Motel, which used to look like this, it's on Sunset Boulevard. It was, for quite a few years, I think since 2015, painted all white. And that was an art piece somebody did.
Including the trees.
Including the trees, as you can see. Right. But now it looks like this. So there is movement. The developer has finally started his project. It reads here, the abandoned whitewashed motel at the corner of Bates Avenue and Sunset Boulevard is finally being torn down, as documented by Twitter user Mark Lagola. But no start date has been set for construction on the large mixed-use complex that has long been in the works for that site, according to James Frost, principal with the Frost Chaddock Development Company. He said he is currently preparing construction documents for building the project. Plans to develop 4311 Sunset began at least as far as 2012. The same company has also been developing a sister project at 4100 Sunset. While popularly known as the Bates Motel, the official name was the Sunset Pacific Motel. The entire building, including signs and palm trees, were whitewashed in 2015 as part of an arts project. So there you go. I'll miss it. We'll see what comes up there.
It became iconic. I'm sure,
right?
You know, just Google it. I'm sure you can find a T-shirt with that on it right there.
Yeah. Very cool.
It'll become. It's like the foot and the.
That's funny. Well, look. So more real estate news here. There was some other good stuff. Darren, I thought you would enjoy this one. A new show about flipping houses apparently got off on the wrong foot, speaking of feet. Realtor.com reported Tarek El Moussa and Heather Ray El Moussa, stars of The Flipping El Moussas, bought a 3-bedroom, 3-bath on Michael Sereno for $2.15 million. The plan was to put some money into fixing it and eventually sell it for around $3.1 million at an estimated $400,000 profit. But that profit seems to have evaporated from the current list price, about $2.7 million. Here, let's see if we can take a look at it. So, yeah, kind of an endangered species right now, right? Flippers and investors. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, there it is.
Got it. Yeah, this is 100% an issue with people coming into Northeast LA.
And don't know.
Who just don't know the like, it's a tough neighborhood, man. Like there are real designers who want, like, they're very critical, I'll say that, and they just have very high expectations of this, like, corporate crank out of properties. It's not uncommon for them to come in here and not succeed, and they have somewhat in the past, and that's because we've had 12 years of an up market. So you could just kind of fall over yourself, and the market will have caught up with you in the past. Now you got to know what you're doing, and this is why flippers are gone, because some of them actually know they're not really great at their job. From a design perspective, they've just gotten away with it for so long. The good ones will make it. They'll do okay.
Yeah.
But,
well, I have to say, I mean, obviously Michael Sereno is a great street. It's one of the best streets in Silver Lake, great views. But for me, just real quick, I'm seeing a clashing of styles here between, is it mid-century? Is it OC modern? What is this? And maybe that's what
photo says it all, man. I saw that in the MLS. I didn't know which house you were going to pull up, but now that I see it, the front photo says it all. I mean, sago palms with that front door, that set of front doors. Just doesn't work, man. The
garage door,
the cheap garage door. It's not a highly attractive sight line from the curb. So you really have to do well with the garage door and the front door and the landscaping, which shouldn't be that hard. And they didn't. They didn't do well with that.
Well, that's the thing. You see some the nice ceiling there. I think there's definitely some mid-century in here, but they've kind of glossed over it and just went 2023 modern. And
you can blow it with a few things. It's a cheap door, and it's a cheap garage door, ineffective front doors. It's obvious to me.
All right. Well, there you go. So, good luck, El Mousas. Let's see what else here. I think that's it. Let's move on to. This is topical for a lot of people. I know it's topical for you, Darren. The school strike ended. So I believe. Yeah. So this is the last day, but they're still negotiating. basically.
Oh, okay.
So,
I knew that. They had 3 days planned, but they haven't come to a settlement then.
no contract settlement was announced, though talks facilitated by Mayor Karen Bass are again taking place between Service Employees International Union and LA Unified. So, yeah, maybe it wasn't any news, but I know for 400,000 students and their parents, it's some relief.
Sure, absolutely. And for some parents, it turns their world upside down when their kids don't have a place to go. I mean, for everyone, it's difficult, but it's really hard for some. So
yeah. And then moving on, the storms. So I guess here, a lot of uprooted trees. So LA storms leave toppled trees and troubles. So I didn't see this. Maybe you did. A buckled sidewalk and fallen tree on Coronado Terrace in Silver Lake. Look at that, man.
Yeah.
Good
yeah,
Lord.
and there's going to be more of it.
Wow.
The ground it just became so saturated. And there'll be more of it over time. There's a certain amount that happened right now, but there'll be more that happen over the next 3 to 4 months, unfortunately.
I mean, look at this. Ivanhoe Elementary School, damaged classrooms. Look at that.
Yeah, I was at our property that's closing tomorrow, and we do this. But there's an oak tree that fell down, sitting in the neighbor's yard, but fell across into their yard.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Wow, look at all that. Okay. What else? Almost done here, man. 2 more. I'm just burning through it. Let's see here. We're going to go to tenant protection from the pandemic has been lifted.
From the county. So they're not extending it.
Yeah.
They voted yesterday, and appropriately, I'll just say it. Often I say it's my opinion, but in all sincerity, appropriately, it was removed. We're so far beyond the pandemic, and I have a ton of empathy for tenant issues, but this was not an appropriate element anymore. Right. And what you're going to start hearing, as you've already heard a little bit of it, but it's going to become front and center, is, evictions rise, 200%, 500%, 1,000%. And that's going to be because there were zero. And evictions can only happen if people didn't pay their rent, for the most part at this point. So, if there's a thread of empathy, which I have, the emphasis should be put on the city then helping accommodate to pay back the landlords, and then that would halt the eviction. And a landlord, he's going to move forward to evict because he hasn't been paid, which is appropriate. So if the city wants to put some energy into something, they can put it there. And if you want to go out and really do good by tenants, that's where I think the effort should go.
So this is not. So the city still remains under the tenant protection, then?
No, that's lifted already as well. That lifted at the end of February.
So both.
And now the county is, or the end of January. Now the county will be the end of March.
Right. So maybe for owner occupants looking at duplexes and whatnot, this might help them look into a different investment. Yeah.
Yes and no. I mean, you could always vacate for owner occupancy. Well, you could.
Right.
All right, I'll take that back. Yes, it will. That will. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you this: the court system is going to be tremendously backed up. So don't expect something to happen fast. But yes, you will have the legal right to vacate to owner occupy.
Got it.
Based on that condition. That hasn't been altered from what I've seen.
Okay. All right. And then not real estate related, but just wishing the very best for a longtime Politico, Gloria Molina. Former Supervisor Gloria Molina fought tirelessly in favor of the creation of Grand Park in downtown LA. And unfortunately, she has terminal cancer. So that was just announced through the LA Times. And she actually helped us, Darren, with Art Unite last year. She contributed some pieces. So wishing you the very best, Gloria. Very tough. Very tough.
Yeah.
All right. And now we're going to move off to some art as well. And again, I think the theme here is outsiders coming in and kind of wanting to take over. We're going to talk about a new tanning salon. I don't know if you heard about this one, Darren. I just picked this up. I haven't seen the results of their work. Hold on. Let's see if I can pull it in here. So, at the corner of Sunset and Silver Lake, across from the bakery, the Cuban place, was a very famous mural. And a new business just entered there called, they're kind of a chain, but, they are a chain. What are they called? Tanned and bronzed. Oh, sugared plus bronzed. So basically, Silver Lake takes its murals and music legends seriously. That's what's sugar plus bronzed, a hair removal, an airbrush tanning salon learned recently after a mural that included images of the late indie singer Elliott Smith was painted over at the chain's new store at Sunset Boulevard and Parkman Avenue. Yeah, it changes to Parkman there. Mm-hmm. The Santa Monica-based chain was heavily criticized on Nextdoor, and someone even set up a parody Instagram account over the issue to give them shit and not let them erase what they've done, said a response from the fake account holder. The company responded saying, we have absolutely heard the frustration and disappointment from the community, and noted that the previous tenant, Floyd's Barbershop, commissioned and owned the mural. The barbershop chain has also commissioned similar murals, but with different imagery at some of its stores. Sugar Plus Bronze has hired a female artist to paint a new mural that honors both Silver Lake and Elliott Smith. This isn't the first time an Elliott Smith mural has been a source of controversy. A bar faced some backlash after removing part of the Figure 8 mural, considered the original Elliott Smith mural on Sunset Boulevard. So that's by, you know where that is, right? That's the electronics shop there between McDonald's and the coffee shop and the new place, which I love, by the way. Junkyard Dog, man. It's vegan, but it's all junk food. It's vegan junk food. It's great. So anyway, beware, newcomers. Silver Lake will protest. Do not mess with their icons like Elliott Smith and Silver Sun Pickups and Beck and Jackson Brown. It goes on and on. So we'll see what the new mural looks like. So there you go. That is the end of our expansive hyperlocal news. Guys, again, check it out. theeastsiderla.com. Support them and check that out. We're going to now move to Solds and a very brief look at seller wins and buyer wins, a little bit more of a micro level of what the local market is doing. Let me pull it up here. Seller wins, buyer wins. Gee, guys. I got it to you, right? There it is. I see it.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Okay, so let's move over and let's see. Present, share screen. Screen. There we go. Okay, so any observations, Darren, on your side about the local market?
We keep saying the same thing. You know, some things are underpriced. As much as buyers want to believe there are opportunities, there still are not a lot. And this shows it. We certainly had a larger volume of closings than we've had in quite some time. We've been all in single digits for a month or so. So the volume of closings is stepping up, and the numbers, 95%, the lowest one. And there's one to 98, 99, and then it's all well over.
Yeah, at least we had some reductions this week, but still showing a very strong market. for sellers still. Just to run the numbers a bit, so days on market, the median days on market just slightly dipped to 11.5. I think last week it was 12, so kind of staying strong there. Pendings, 17 this week. It lowered from 23 last week, and then weeks before it was 15, 11, and 20. So again, dipped down. The percentage list price, as you just said, still quite high. 111% was the median for that stat. And let's just dig right into it. Let's see. I think it was 16 total solds this week. So.
Yeah, I will say,
Go ahead.
in general, we keep talking about these little micro movements that are happening so fast. And that's because interest rates will change by 1% within a month, right?
Yeah.
Dramatic moves in interest rates. And buyers just decide to not do anything, and then all of a sudden the rates drop 1%, and they're more incentivized to jump in. So we're getting a lot of these quick ins and outs, volume of sales, and overprice, or people paying well over still, as this shows.
All right. Well, let's take a look at 3228 Fernwood Avenue. We saw this with some clients. It listed at $1,995,000. It landed at a sold price of a whopping $2,815,000 for an $815,000 increase in its price. Let's just run the numbers here. 3228 Fernwood Avenue at Silver Lake, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,976 square feet of living space, 8,363 square feet of lot, and that was mostly Hill. Days on market 12, and let's see here. This is brought to us by the Moreno Group, Laura Moreno, Eileen, and George. And on the buy side, love to see this. Our comrade Jeremy Tuitt. Congrats. He got it. That is awesome. Congratulations, Jeremy. Darren, my notes here, that was 141% of list price. So, wow. They really wanted that. I just put unique architecture, almost art, really. And then could have, what did I say here? Could have an ADU above the garage. So maybe they'll plus it up there. And great views. You know that hillside. There's some great views coming from there.
Yeah. And you're right. Good architecture, good flow, good finishes, nice windows. Floor to ceiling, literally floor to ceiling, and in multiple places. It was just well thought out. And when something is thought out that much, and all the nuances and all, you don't have to get 100% of it right. But gosh, man, when you start approaching 90% plus done right,
people are going to notice.
That will drive up the price.
Yeah,
for sure.
So when I was there, I asked if the garage was strengthened, and that was a plan. They were going to put an ADU or another floor on top of that carport garage. So congrats again. Yep. Awesome. All right, the next one we're going to look at is another piece of unique architecture. This is 2538 Sundown Drive. It started at $1,725,000, landed at $2,050,000 for a $325,000 increase, 119% of its list price, and it was 17 days on the market. So let's take a look. All right. Okay. 2538 Sundown Drive. This is Glassell Park. 1 bedroom. Whoa. 2 bath. 1,787 square feet of living space. Again, sold at $2,050,000. Lot size 10,869 square feet. And 17 days on the market. This was brought to us by Molly Kelly and Susan M. Irving for the listing, and also represented the buyers. So congrats to them.
Wow.
What do you think of this thing, man?
Wow. You're talking about a piece
pretty
of
cool,
art.
right? Right?
This is I can think of one client we have that designs on this level. It's just so well thought out. Again, whether you like 100% of it or not, it's just so well thought out.
Yeah.
And so unique in this case, just truly unique.
Yeah. Well, what I liked about this, some of the things I wrote as notes, is geodesic dome refined.
Sure.
And what I mean by that is you might see geodesic domes like this, like from the 70s or 80s, and it's kind of hippied out, and it's not very well taken care of. And this is not that at all. Again, back to the architecture, really well done. And then interiors, modern but organic, and views. Really, really nice interiors. So
yeah, in some
cool.
places it looks like you're in a bat cave. In other places it looks like you're reaching out to the sun. I mean, it's somebody's gonna love this house, as I'm guessing the previous owner did. I'm surprised it didn't go higher, but obviously the one bedroom had a limitation. This had to be a huge down payment.
To get to this.
Yeah,
you're right.
It wouldn't appraise. There's no one bedroom that's going to appraise for $2 million in that neighborhood. So it was somebody who really wanted it and really had the ability to purchase it.
Wow. Okay, well, let's move on. We're going to go to your neck of the woods, Darren, 1947 Vestal. This is list price $1,095,000, landed at a sold price of $1,362,000. $267,000 increase, 124% of its list price. And let me just get there first. It took 11 days on the market. And let's see here. Bear with. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the numbers: 1947 Vestal Avenue. This is Echo Park. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,556 square feet of living space. Sold at $1,362,000. 7,500 square foot lot. 11 days on the market, and brought to us by Jennifer Levine, a cousin of ours, I guess, over at Carrollwood Estates. And on the buy side, Incy Ecker and John Anthony Christopher represented the buyers.
Long-time agent.
Oh, no kidding. There you go. So what do you think, man? I've got some comments, but I always want to hear you first. What do you got?
Okay, sure. So I think this was just underpriced. It's a
right?
1,500 square foot house on a great neighborhood up in Elysian Heights, and it's move-in ready. The finishes, sorry, but they're not amazing. But it's move-in ready, 1,500 square feet in a great neighborhood. My guess is if this started at $1.3 million, it may have gone to $1.4 million, $1.5 million. It's just the neighborhood will command that much for a finished 1,500 square foot house. Yep.
Yeah, I put ho-hum, as you're saying, about the house. It's all about the area and the street. Maybe there's some potential ADU space in the back. I know some places there have done that. But yeah, I thought it was priced low. And somebody got a decent price for it. So
I still believe the price they got it for was decent. Yeah, it has a 2-car garage that could become an ADU. Having a 2-car garage is not always common in this neighborhood, again, at that price point. So, although, it went way over, this is, I think the buyer got a win here.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, let's move on. We are going to go to 3819 Division Street, and this listed at $1,499,000, and this finally went for $1,500,000 for just $1,000 increase, 100% of its list price, and 0 days on the market. So, let's see here. Let's move on. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, guys. So, 3819 Division Street. This is Glassell Park. This is 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,575 square feet of living space. Sold for $1,500,000. 8,167 square feet of lot. 0 days on market. Sold before the MLS entry. And let's see. Brought to us by Grant Linscott and Alejandra Zavalza. There we go. And on the buy side, Justin Lehman and Jonathan Mogaharabi represented the buyer. So yeah, what do you think?
Well, so Division Street is a semi-busy street.
Yeah,
I'm just comparing this to Vestal now. Same square footage.
yeah,
Close to the same
yeah,
lot size. Echo Park's a much
yeah,
more expensive neighborhood. I was saying Vestal could go to 1.5. Here's this at 1.5, but finished.
yeah,
Not a lot of curb appeal, but that's fine. Often when it's pushed up against the street, it just looks a little plain. But it's very
yeah,
nice when you get inside, and they've
yeah,
done some nice internal things.
yeah,
So this is pushing the price for the neighborhood on Division specifically. But I
yeah.
think it's a win for both parties. Probably got what the market would bear, but it's a nice move-in ready space for a buyer.
Yeah, and that very similar comments for me. I said updated home, mid-century. That's got a lot of appeal. Really dug the ceilings and the saving grace because we just looked at a home on Division Street and it was very close to the street. At least this is above the street and the garage is kind of buffering a bit. So that was good to see. All right. Next we've got Allen Street. We're going to go to 5328 Allen Street. Bear with me here. All right. And let's see. The story here is 899,000 list, 889,000 sold, $10,000 reduction, and let's see, 99% of the list price, 17 days on the market. Let's take a look. I think somebody definitely got a good one here. Okay, so 5328 Allen Street. This is El Sereno, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,474 square feet of living space, sold at 889,000, 6,345 square feet of lot, and 17 days on the market. This is brought to us by Jason Huddy, and on the buy side, Lori Zeiger Dodd. So congrats to both of them on this sale. What do you think, man?
I think this one is a little more about neighborhood. It is a move-in ready, flat lot, 100% usable. I also can't fully see the adjacent properties right and left. Looks like it's certainly the one on the right could be an apartment or it's just a big house.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, at this price point, move-in ready for a finished house, it's a good price.
Yeah, it does look like an apartment, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I put down good price, decent, move-in ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just bring the kids for the playground. There you go. All right. And then finally, we're going to go run off to we're going to go run off to Tracy Street. So 3932 Tracy Street. Started at $1,675,000, landed at $1,640,000 for a $35,000 reduction, 98% of its list price, and took 57 days on the market. So riddle me that. Let's check it out. All right. So 3932 Tracy Street. This is Los Feliz, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,530 square feet of living space. Sold at $1,640,000, 5,198 square foot lot. Days on market 57. And this was brought to us by Dan Stueve, or Stuve, Marcus Barrington, and Vincent Ladensky. And on the buy side, Jennifer Brooke represented the buyer. So let's see. What do you think, man?
What do you think, Joe? I'll let you comment first.
Well, yes, my notes. My notes said tasteful flip, busy street, across from Marshall High. I think they overpriced it, the list, but it's a good area.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the cause of the 57 days. Maybe they overpriced it a bit. So, all right. Anything else to add on that one, man?
No, it's good.
All right. off we go to actives as curated by Darren Hubert. Let's take a look here. Guide me through, man. Let's see.
It's always interesting to me to see houses that you recognize that were sold in the past. So at first we'll look at 1484 Scott.
Okay.
I've seen this one sold a couple times.
All right.
Definitely saw it go through a big remodel in one of those sales.
Okay. Hold on. All right. So start the slideshow. 1484 Scott Avenue. This is Echo Park, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 822 square feet, $999,000 list price. It does have an open, I believe that's Sunday. Yep, Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m. It's been on the market for 6 days so far. And this is brought to us by Tori Horowitz. So congrats to her. Yeah, go, man.
Yeah, it's under $1 million in Echo Park for a finished house, and it looks good, and it's been within the last decade remodeled.
Yeah,
it's great. It's a smaller lot. That's the drawback, but I think that's that's less of an issue these days. It's just more acceptable. People aren't all seeking that suburban chunk of land
right
anymore.
Yep.
So it's underpriced. It's going to sell for more than $1 million. This will be in the future, probably. My guess.
1-1, 1-2.
Yeah, between those somewhere in my belief, between 1-1 and 1-2. Yeah.
Well, some of the description is definitely selling it well. This enchanting house is a peaceful symphony of organic and vintage materials envisioned by the owner in collaboration with Design Assembly and Or.ca Living. So, touting the designer side of it all. Yeah. There you go.
Cool.
Okay. That'll be an interesting one to see later, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's next on your list?
Let's look at 915 West Kensington.
West Kensington. Oh, sorry, guys. 915 West Kensington. There. Gosh darn it. Hold on. All right, there we go. Was this one that we sent off to one of our clients? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Okay. I liked this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 915 West Kensington Road. This is Echo Park, better known as Angelino Heights. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,430 square feet. Yeah. Selling at a list of $2,599,000, a 7,500 square foot lot. Opens this Saturday and Sunday, 1 to 3 p.m. And let's see, days on market, only 2. This is brought to us by Kevin Lowe. So, yeah.
It's a beautiful space. It's in the HPOZ zone there. It's beautifully restored. It has a detached unit as well. It is one that's listed as a single family. So a portion of that square footage, which is huge, 3,400 square feet. I don't know the division of the two spaces, but...
I'm trying to figure it out too. It says ADU is a fully outfitted 3-bed, 2-bath with full kitchen, island, and living area. It doesn't give the... Oh, hold on. Here it is. ADU gives... blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it doesn't say.
Yeah. I mean, the house it's not a 3,500 square foot house, and that's the only reason I point that out. It's probably... if there's nothing there, I'm going to randomly say it's probably over 2,000 square feet.
Yeah. That makes sense.
House. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. The other thing that I didn't look at, I don't know if this goes street to street, but that would be super cool too.
It doesn't.
I don't know.
No.
It doesn't.
Most of Angelino Heights does not.
Okay. All right. Well, congrats on that one. I hope our client likes it. I think they dig it. All right. Next, what's out there?
5241 El Rio.
El Rio. Okay. Okay. Okay, 5241 El Rio. This is Eagle Rock. It is 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,764 square feet of living space, listed at $1,789,000. Lot size 5,949, and an open house scheduled for Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m. Days on market 7, and this is brought to us by Amy Walker and 3. So Peter Veneracion, Amy Walker, and Tracy Doe. And yeah, what do you think?
It's a nice Spanish. I don't think it was all recently remodeled. They did some prep to get it ready for showing and staged it. But it's just it's set back nicely off the street. The curb appeal is nice. Gated entry, detached garage at the rear. I think there's some opportunities, some designer opportunities, maybe some front yard landscaping, and a lot of concrete in the back. Bring some green into the backyard. But I like the neighborhood. I like the square footage and what could be a commanding curb appeal.
Yeah. I'm feeling like the windows are like early 2000s, some 90s, so that kind of blows it. But still good looking place. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Okay.
So
what else out there?
I had 2 more.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I had 3 more. 624 West Avenue 46.
46. Okay. There it is. Okay. 624 West Avenue 46. This is Mount Washington. 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 712 square feet, 895,000. List price, 6,919 square feet of lot. This is, today, a 5 to 7 open, and then Sunday 2 to 5. It's been on the market for 7 days. And let's see, Elizabeth Daly is representing the seller. So
it's a great price. It's charming. Although it only has 1 bedroom, it has 2 one-car garages, which certainly could serve a purpose. One could be an office.
It looks like there's an office space, in the back.
Exactly. They built out a nice detached space in the back, a very nice shed, for lack of a better term, which is completely functional.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
I like the price too. Then just going into Montecito Heights on the last one here, 4360 Latona Avenue.
Okay, 4360 Latona. All right. Where is it? Come on, boys. Okay. Oh, there was something else in. Oh, I don't know if it made the list, but there was also something else in Montecito Heights. I don't know if you saw that one. Let's see. On Montecito Drive.
I didn't see that one.
It was a flip. I don't know why it didn't come up here. It should have. Okay. 4360 Latona Avenue. This is Montecito Heights, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,477 square feet of living space. It's listed at $1,049,000. Let's see, 4,390 square foot lot. Opens Saturday and Sunday. Saturday 2 to 4, Sunday 1 to 3. It's been on the market for 7 days, and this is brought to us by Britta Kleingartner. So congrats to Britta.
Yeah, it's good volume of space, good ceiling height in the common areas. I just think it has great potential, and I think it's well priced for what it offers.
Yeah. Where do you
do
think?
see the
I
one.
mean, it's. Go ahead.
I do see the one on Montecito Drive. It is there. It's the last
Yeah.
one on the list.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is nice. I mean, if we had to guess, yeah, maybe this will get to 1-3. Maybe it'll impress somebody else with that kind of split second story, first story. It'll get a little more.
Yeah, Montecito Heights is still finicky. I mean, some people just walk in there and they get it and they love it and it's great. And other people are like, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm in the first category, but ultimately that's what keeps the price down.
Yeah.
Is that it just isn't as large of a volume of people that are really drawn to it.
Yeah. Okay. One more. We're done.
Sure. Yeah. Look at the 1162 Montecito Drive.
Oh, okay. Cito. Okay. Come on. All right. What do you think? 1162 Montecito Drive, Montecito Heights, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 984 square feet of living space, going for $995,000. Opens. Oh, it's an 8,500 square foot lot. Opens for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday 1 to 4, Sunday 2 to 5. 2 days on the market. And let's see, John Fontamillas and Joel Valmonte are the listing agents. So congrats to them. We know these homes well, so I'm sure there's a reasoned laugh there for.
Yes, my little chuckle. So this did sell in May of 2022.
Yeah.
For $640,000.
Good price.
We showed this to someone and tried to convince a client to buy it, and they just.
Was this it?
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if this was it. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, what they're not showing, which is why I was laughing, is that this is a cliffhanger.
Oh, true.
And
Yeah.
you're not seeing one photo to indicate that anywhere.
Yeah. And it makes that 8,500 square foot lot sound so much better until you get there.
Right. And I don't think I don't know if there's access to it. They certainly aren't showing any of it. They aren't showing any of the yard.
Yeah.
But it's on stilts. It's a platform construction. And that's always our first photo.
All right.
To draw people in.
Right.
But people will show up and be like, oh, I can't live here. For sure.
Yeah.
It's always entertaining to hold open houses for those.
Well, one thing, a couple things I noticed. One, they closed off that front, I guess, for extra kitchen space. That was always nice indoor, outdoor that we try to create, right? But also, out of area agents, out of area flipper. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. The connection to the garage, they put the door there if it wasn't already there. They did some things right.
Wait a minute. What is that pipe just sitting out in the middle of nowhere in the front? Is that the sewer line?
Yeah. I don't know what else it would be.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Well, great. That was a good one to finish off on. That is the end of the show for us. Darren, anything else that we should be talking about?
No, just that interest, continue. This is why we're starting every show with interest rate update. Not that people who aren't in the market aren't paying attention to it, but the big swings in interest rate is ultimately the biggest driver of what's going on in the market. So there's a recent dip in interest rates. So expect probably some more buyers to be coming to the table.
Well, I was going to say, I was listening to something today, and there was a bit of a foretelling that, maybe interest rates have finally settled a bit with this final little push from Jerome Powell on that 0.25 increase. Maybe things will settle down a bit, so that would be good. Okay, well, great, guys. If you enjoy what we're doing, please follow us, like us, ring the bell on YouTube. It'll help us all get a couple more people looking at real estate reality. So thanks for doing that. We'll see you next week, Thursday, 2 p.m., and we'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye now.
Bye.
All right. There we go.